After a grueling 16-hour shift, I stumbled into my house at 7:45 a.m., expecting silence and a quick nap. Instead, I was greeted by thumping bass, a crowd of at least 80 strangers, and my younger brother, Jake, 23, sporting my leather jacket like he'd just been crowned prom king. "Surprise!" my mom, Linda, bellowed, arms flung wide like she was directing a Broadway show. "It's Jake's engagement bash." I'm Ethan, 28, a nurse who pulls night shifts at a hospital in Portland, Oregon. Not because I'm a night owl, but because overtime pays the bills and I've been saving for a condo. After a messy breakup, I moved back into my parents' place in the suburbs, temporary, or so I thought. I keep my head down, pay my share, and avoid trouble. Apparently that makes me a ghost in my own family. So there I was, bone-tired, staring at a scene straight out of a frat party. Caterers weaving through the crowd, fairy lights strung across the deck, and Jake holding court in the backyard. Then came the kicker. My dad, Greg, slaps Jake on the shoulder and dangles my car keys. My car, a 2021 Jeep I bought with my own money, fully paid off, registered in my name. "Son, this is yours now," Dad says, grinning. "We had a family vote." A vote. About my Jeep. The one I didn't take to work because Portland's winters are brutal and I'd been using the bus to save wear and tear. My plates, my title, my insurance. And now it's Jake's because they voted. The crowd whooped. Mom dabbed at her eyes. Someone yelled, "About time Ethan shared the wealth." I didn't lose it, didn't shout. I just nodded, flashed a tight smile, and slipped upstairs to my room. What's the point of arguing when the game's fixed? I shot a text to my coworker Marcus and crashed for a few hours. By sunrise, the driveway was empty and a letter sat on the kitchen counter. Nobody read it out loud, but judging by Mom's sharp gasps and Dad storming around, it hit hard. The letter was short, no fluff. I've spent enough time charting patient notes to know how to be clear. Folded neatly, addressed to the voters, it read, "Congrats on Jake's engagement. Since you held a family vote on property that's legally mine, I assume you've also voted to cover the following. The remaining 18 months of my car insurance, canceled as of 6 a.m. The registration renewal due in 3 weeks won't clear as I've blocked the title transfer. And the fact that the Jeep's still in my name, so I'm liable for any issues. I've reported it as taken without my consent, not stolen yet. That's up to you. The jacket Jake was wearing, still mine, but he can keep it. I can prove ownership if I want, I don't. I've taken my Jeep, my laptop, my banking info, and my passport, everything else stays. Don't call me unless it's through a lawyer. I've made other plans, P.S. Voting doesn't apply to what I earned. Marcus was waiting at a 7-Eleven 2 blocks away when I hopped into his truck. We'd hashed it out during a 15-minute break at work. After I showed him a text from Dad, "Family decisions are final. Respect the vote," he just said, "You want your Jeep or not?" It took 20 minutes to grab my spare keys and paperwork, another 45 to pack my essentials. The house was dead quiet, everyone passed out from the party. By the time they found the letter, I was in a studio apartment in Vancouver, Washington, crashing with Marcus's buddy who had a spare room. I signed a lease the next day. Didn't even dip into my savings because I'd already spent those on something bigger, more on that later. The fallout was instant. My phone buzzed with missed calls and texts. "Mom, this is absurd, Ethan. Come home and act like an adult. Dad, you're pulling a stunt, you'll regret it." I left them on read. Then Jake posted on X, a photo of him in my jacket leaning on my Jeep captioned, "Engagement vibes ruined by a bitter sibling. Pray for us." Big mistake. The comments rolled in, "Wait, isn't that Ethan's Jeep? Didn't he buy that himself? This ain't right, man." The post vanished within hours. I stayed silent, but others didn't. My cousin Sarah texted me. "What the hell? Aunt Linda said they gave Jake your Jeep like it was a raffle prize." Turns out, Sarah wasn't invited to the party because her dad didn't like Jake's fiancée. Family drama runs deep. I filled her in and word spread like wildfire. Soon, quieter relatives reached out. My uncle said, "There was no vote. Your parents decided and told everyone it was done." Then my aunt dropped a bomb. "They did the same to your sister, Mia, last year." News to me. When Mia moved to Denver for her PhD, she left some heirloom jewelry and her camera gear with our parents. When she visited for Christmas, it was gone. Mom's excuse, "We gave it to Jake and his fiancée. They're building a life and you don't need it." Mia fought back but got shut down with the same selfish guilt trip. "We voted." Sound familiar? This wasn't a one-off. It was a system. Jake, the golden boy, got whatever he wanted, and if you objected, you were the problem. So I did something I hadn't planned. I posted anonymously on Reddit, laying it all out. Not for clout, but to make sure I wasn't losing it. The post exploded, thousands of upvotes, comments like, "This is theft dressed up as family values. You're not crazy, they're toxic. Good for you, protect your peace." One guy called them a HOA with worse potlucks. Then Dad emailed me. Subject, let's be reasonable. I didn't open it. I had something better than their apologies, control. Here's what they didn't see coming. 3 months ago, I bought a 25% stake in my grandma's old cabin in the Oregon Cascades. It's been a family feud since she passed in 2020, with vague trust terms and prime lakefront land at stake. While everyone bickered over who'd get the keys, my uncle, strapped for cash, sold me his share quietly. I didn't flaunt it, just signed the papers and wired the money. It was my insurance policy, my leverage. When Sarah let that slip, she's got a mouth like a megaphone, the family lost it. Dad left voicemails. "What are you playing at, Ethan? That cabin's ours." I sent one reply. "I own more than Jake. See you at the next family meeting if I show up." Then I blocked him. Jake texted last week, all polite. "Hey, I didn't ask for the Jeep. I thought you didn't want it. Can we talk?" "Sure, buddy." That grin when he took my keys and that ex-post didn't scream innocent. I almost replied, but then I remembered the party. Nobody, not even Jake, checked if I was okay. So no, we're not talking. I'm in my new place now. It's tiny, smells faintly of coffee, and it's mine. No votes, no ambushes, just quiet. Mia's coming to visit next month. She's ready to face them too. Maybe we'll smash a family photo for kicks or use that camera gear she never got back. I spent years dimming my light to keep the peace. Walking away was louder than any fight. Oh, and the cabin. I've got a buyer lined up, one my parents will hate. Stay tuned.